Hello and welcome to the Space Engineers Weekly stream, the only Space Engineers stream that has weekly in the name that isn't actually weekly anymore. I'm back on the Mars-like planet after being gone for a couple of weeks due to family stuff and work stuff, I guess, yeah. I was originally working on... I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit, just so I can hear myself think. Hopefully I'm loud enough. I've been messing with microphone settings for the last few days. We are going to... we were working on the base that's underneath the ship here. We were working on that last time I was here. I was originally planning to work on that the next time I came to the world, but I'm not, because I'm in a bit of a Christmassy mood, and I think I don't remember. We're going to have to go down there and see what it's building, because I don't remember where we left off. I did mess with the reshade a little bit to do a couple of subtle updates to the visuals, and I think it looks pretty good. I wish I could show you a before and after, but everything looks a little bit clearer. That was the plan. So let's head down and see what this thing is doing. And I have to remember the keybinds again, because you take 2 weeks off from a game and you forget how to play it. That one. So yeah, so instead of... Oh, jetpack kicked on. Instead of... Oh, that's what we're building. Shoop. We started laying out the walls for in here. So yeah, so this is the interior space of the place. Trying to remember what I had decided all this would be. Obviously, that's the command center there. I think these are going to be like little offices right here, right by the command center. This area here is going to eventually be like a kitchen, dining area here. And then the rest of this on this side is going to be bedrooms. So let me know if at any point here my audio starts sounding weird. I was doing, Star Trek Online streams earlier last week, and my microphone kept clipping, and I couldn't figure out what was causing that. And I think I've got it. I'm trying to watch the little clip meter that's on my interface, and it seems to not be doing it now. So just yell at me if it starts sounding bad. So anyway, I was going to continue working on this area here today, but I've decided not to do that, and to instead work on a new ship to replace that one. So I've got that thing as a mining ship. It was really kind of a temporary mining ship, and it's a little bit hacked together. We're going to build a new ship that is roughly the same size. I got to make sure it's big enough for the platform, but it could be a little bit longer if we wanted it to be. It's going to be a small grid ship, and it's going to allow me to go up into space, go to other planets real quick if I need more materials. And yeah, so that's what we're going to work on first. Actually, that is not true. The first thing that we are going to work on is I have added a Christmas mod, because I'm preparing for Christmas, and we're going to hang some Christmas lights. So let's get rid of the weapons and replace it with the Christmas. And not only that, we have a Christmas tree. So, what do I need for the Christmas tree? Small steel tubes. And what do I need for the lights? Also, small steel tubes. Let's go get some of those. Tube. There we go. Give me like 30 of those. We'll see how it goes. Just adjusting the music again. Let me know if that's too loud. Okay, let's start, of course, with the tree. Now, I think this tree colors the presents with the... Yeah, it's... I think... Actually, that's not too bad right there. Yeah, I don't want white. Yeah, that looks good, so we'll do that. Yep, right like that. Build me my tree, please. There we go. Looking good. Alright, now we gotta hang some lights. Where are we gonna put these lights at? We could hang them across here. We could put them... Let's see, we want to... What's flying by here? Incon. That's okay. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm going to adjust my monitor here. My audio monitor. Not my visual monitor. My headphones, excuse me, my headphones are also developing a little bit of a buzz, which is a little bit troublesome. I might have to get new headphones. Let's see. So we are going to... Let's see. Could we fit these here? We can't fit them here for some reason. What do I have? Oh, there's just nothing for it to attach to, I guess. Maybe. Yeah, so let's do this. Put one there. Put one there. Go over here. Actually, could I do that? Oh yeah, that looks better. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna take these down. I don't know if I could... How well can I get to these lights? And then it falls down with a thud, just like lights do. Alright, we want to turn this around. I want them facing this way. Okay, we're right there. And then we can't go out much further, but I think there's a... oh, there are large... Oh, that's corner lights. Yes, there we go. So I could put in... Except I need a large... Passage... Exterior light? Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. So I got some Christmas lights going in here. I can't, unfortunately, put Christmas lights... Oh, wait, can I? Oh, I can. Yeah, let's do that. What is going to be blocking us? I think it's just the... Yep, there we go. Okay. And there, and then we can't go all the way there. There we go. There, and then what were the other ones? It was exterior lights, is that right? Yeah. There and there. There and there. And now I'm feeling a bit I'm feeling festive enough. Yep. I know it's like early on in the in the stream, but I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot in front of the Christmas tree here. Let's see, what emote should we have him doing for Christmas? Pointing back at the tree. Whatever, yelling. Bite me? No, probably not. Drunk? No, not yet. How about a disco dance? Sure. Yeah, that's what disco is like, right? Pretty sure. What does the other one look like? This is probably going to look not as good in a screenshot. How about we just do... What does victory look like? Terrible. I don't want to wave. How about we do like the point back and he's like pointing back at it. Because it doesn't work, that's why. Okay, you know what? He's just going to be standing there. Good enough. Alright, super resolution. These are way too big for what I actually need them to be, but I don't care. Alright, ready? Close your eyes if you get motion sick, actually. Yeah. Let's make this a little bit... Whoa. It's fine, I could adjust it later in Photoshop. Might need to... I don't know what the down button is. That looks good. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Now it'll be a toss-up between that and whatever I end up doing for the ship. Okay, so for the ship, my plan is going to be... actually, I probably want to check my reserves of various different types of materials first. My plan is going to be to build it... I don't want to build it directly on this platform because this could get all wobbly with the piston. Apparently I left a ore detector on somewhere. So I'm probably going to build it... I should probably build a... kind of like a temporary landing pad somewhere so that they... I don't have to, like, everything doesn't have to always park on the landing platform. So maybe we'll build that off. This side is pretty high up off the ground. And we've already got conveyors running to these weapons. So I'm thinking we might build it off the side here. And we'll probably build it to be the same size as these platforms, just so that I know what I'm building with. We should do, yeah, 5 across, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5 by 11. So let's build it. How many things do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Okay. I think I started from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is where we will dig in. And grab a T. There we go. I'm gonna go out, let's see. So if it's 5, this would be the center block if we went right up to it. I don't want to go right up to it though, so I think we're gonna go 1 and then 1 more. And then a corner. Okay. Then we'll build the rest of the platform around this. And should we do it in heavy armor? No, let's do it in light armor. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Right, because that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How much am I holding here? Oh, a lot. I was thinking it's weird that I'm placing down blocks and I didn't pick up any steel. And it had me panicking thinking I had turned on creative mode or something. Which I have not actually done in this world yet, I don't think. Is this the same color as the rest of the base, or am I building concrete or something? No, I think this is the same. Oh no, I am painting it a slightly different color. We're supposed to be with this color. Let's see if I can remember the... Is it that? holding control when you hit the paint button gives you a 3. I think it's a 3x3 paint radius. I think holding shift will paint the entire grid, which I don't want to do. Alright, so there is our landing platform. Now, we probably want... do we want the connector to stick up or be in the ground? I feel like we want it to actually be in the ground because, like, level with the ground, because at some point I may want to drive a car up here. So that means we're going to change this up a little bit and dig down a little bit. And go... Is this the corner? Yes. Corner. 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 Combat phase. That's great. Literally, no one has attacked me since that one time, so I'm not really concerned about combat phase, although I'm sure... Oops. I'm sure if as soon as I say that, they're gonna be all over me with whatevers. What did I just do? Am I crouching? Alright. So this thing is gonna be the... that's the search bar. Boy, I am out of it. This is the left. I think I was naming things left and right on the base, right? Left, right. Think so. So we'll call this left. Outer dock? Yeah, it sounds good. Let me grab these and rename these all to just like Christmas light. And we could just hide them. And where's my tree? The tree actually does give off a little light, so I want to make sure it's giving off like a kind of a bluish light. And then we'll get rid of you. Okay. So that's good. I do want to put a little bit of a ramp around this, just because I'm probably going to step off of it a few times. And that will make it difficult to get back up. So the ship that I want to make is going to be a very multi-purpose ship. It's going to be using modded thrusters from Spacebar that can get us up to space easily and fly in an atmosphere, so it's going to do double duty. It is going to be uranium powered. It's going to have the kind of basic shields, the energy shields, and it's... I think I'm going to put one nanite mining drill thing on it. Maybe two, depending on if I need to be symmetrical or not. There we go. So here's our platform. You know, actually, if I'm building a small grid off of here, what I really need is not one of these, but more like a rotor. Temporarily getting rid of you.
Inventory full.
Too many of these, too many of those, too many of those. Way too many of these. Get rid of you, get rid of you. Probably holding way too many bottles. Actually, let's dump out some of these. You'll pick those up. What was I doing? Okay. We need just like this. This part is, like I said, temporary. I just need to be able to make it. Oh, I just dumped out just dumped out the thing. Oh, I should move that programmable block down in there too. Once we have this all set up and functioning, and maybe do another one out the other side, although that thing kind of gets in the way. Excuse me, go around my launcher. Then we can get rid of this one, because that's what I was basically using this one for, was like a quick drop-off point. So they don't have to land on the platforms and lock to them and everything. So then I can get rid of this. And we've got to get rid of that. We got to move that programmable block at some point. What is that block doing? Is he? What? Oh no, that's the solar thing, right? Yeah, it's running the solar panels. I have a mod that just like puts in a rotor system that automatically aligns to the sun, but my experience with it is that it gets really jiggly if you don't get the weight right with the, or especially if you put like too many solar panels on it, it gets real jiggly, and then I get nervous. So, hello, large gun. I'm getting stuck in the guns. I walked over. I didn't get the thing I needed. I am looking for interior plate. Just take a bunch of those. What else am I probably going to need? Just give me like 50 of those. I don't think I'll need anything else for placing, and it looks like, just real quick here. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're running low on anything that it's trying to build. Plenty of iron, plenty of magnesium, plenty of uranium, good amount of nickel, enough platinum, plenty of cobalt. There's probably more platinum sitting around somewhere. Yeah, there's more platinum. Actually, we got lots of platinum, so lots more uranium. I think we're going to be good. Yeah, we're finding cobalt right now. Yeah, I think we're going to be good. So, now that I got this stuff, what I need to do is put you there. Let's clear out a thing here, a bar. And let's put in a advanced rotor, and then I will need that connector back. Oh, did I have trouble with this earlier on? I feel like I did, and that it wouldn't give me the large advanced rotor because of some mod conflict. I'm gonna try it and see what it does. So I take that off. I should be able to say add small head, but yeah, it gives me the super duper small head, which is no good. It used to give me oh, what is this? Press X in the upper right hand corner to cancel. Yeah, reload. Let's see if it successfully reloaded here. Yeah, it looks like Build Vision is working okay. I'm not using an old version of Build Vision. I know they did that update like a year or so ago that made it circular. I don't like the circular. I can't predict where things are on the circle. So I just changed the settings. There's a setting you can change to make it just automatically go back to the old view. And so I just did that. In case anybody was wondering, I haven't really explained that over the course of the stream at all. But so instead of a rotor, we're going to need a hinge, which is fine. And then let's get rid of the middle and say add small head, There we go. And we are going to go ahead and lock it. Alright. And then we got that. Let's put this on top. Oops. Don't really care what the alignment is of this, but I do kind of care about the opposite alignment. And then we're going to grab this kind of thing. This is my standard, I don't know, people probably have their own ways of doing this, but this is my standard small grid build so that I can, you know, start out with a connector that is facing down into another connector, and so I can, it's still technically part of the grid here, but it's not actually connected, so like it's receiving power. Power will pass like into batteries or whatever I build on it, but it's not going to start like sucking up uranium or hydrogen or whatever until I connect these, and then that way I can make sure that like if I put a hydrogen tank on something, then it's not going to be like fill up with hydrogen from the base, and then I have to figure out how to siphon it out before, you know, if I want to like move, you know, I decide I don't like it there and I want to move it around or whatever. So yeah, so that's the default that I usually do, something like that, and then build around it, and then I'll, you know, break the ship off, and then replace this with the same kind of connector that was here before. Anyway, what do I want this ship to look like? So I'm thinking I kind of want it to look like a fighter ship, because I do want to take it into battle from time to time. Like I do want to start attacking people so that we can make this stream a little bit more exciting. I gotta figure out what turned on, what ore detector turned on. I do want to be able to have, it's going to be very multi-purpose. So we'll have a nanobot drill, so that I can go up into space, and it'll be kind of slow, but I could mine a little bit. Trying to think if it's worth, because it's hard to tunnel with a nanobot drill. I'm wondering if it's worth actually putting regular drills on it instead. You could ram other ships with the drills. They're pretty tough. Now that I think about it, that might be worth it. I don't know. We'll kind of go as we go. That's how I go. I go as I go. So I kind of wanted to have like I'm not going to do wings. I'm going to have it do kind of like pods. But I'm going to use these. Where are they? What is that? No, it's that. Let's see. What are they called? I don't know. I'm gonna just search for them. They are the... I don't know. They're like these things. Modular thrusters. So we're gonna have a couple of those on there. And these things will work in atmosphere and in space. So, and they've got pretty good thrust. I also at some point wanted to retrofit the larger ship back here with the same kind of thing, but you know, we'll see. Okay, so what do we want? Oh, you know what I should do is turn off the build and repairs. I don't want it to build stuff up while I go, because then if I change my mind, I gotta grind it off and then or paint it pink or whatever. Did I have a button here for bars off? There we go. Should make sure that actually did turn them all off. I don't know if I've grouped them. Off, 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 off. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be fun because I'm stuck again. I don't have like a sense of what this should really look like, you know? I will say that I think we're gonna need some light on this platform, because we might be working through the... Here's the DLC modular thrusters. They're not DLC. Like, they're not downloadable content. They are dynamic laser compression. They do that on purpose to be funny. My headphones are bothering me. Alright. Tree lights. Let's do tree lights. Why not, right? Why not is because I don't have any small steel tubes. Oh, apparently I did have small steel tubes. Why can't I build on here? Oh, this thing has a specific side. Oh, that's clever. Okay, so we want... Trying to think of the... Yep. What? Are these really like... Is there no way to put these along the ground? They have to be like this? Well, that's kind of disappointing. Well, I guess we'll just do the outer edges then. Yeah, these are meant to be hung on the roof, so... Alright, so we'll go... like that. So I want... How big is this? 11? And these are 3s? So we would go... 3... 3... 3... 3... I like saying numbers like 3. And we'll just, I don't know, put one at the front and the back. Because I think these things actually are real lights. Yeah. They're not going to build up because build and repairs are off, but... yeah, I should probably just go do that real quick. I was going to say they'll build up next time I turn it on, but who knows when that'll be. My army of nanobots. I gotta stop walking right there. For some reason, that's like the spot that I want to walk in. You know, one thing I should also do is put a cargo container right here. I do this a lot whenever I build a connector thing, is I put a cargo container there. When the actual connector is here, you could just grab out of the connector and stuff. You can, if these were connected, I could come up and grab from there. I can grab small things through there, but I can't grab large components through there. Let me just go and get the components to build this. Oops. Why can't I withdraw 4 metal grids? Do we not have? We have tons of metal grids. Okay. Give me that. What was the other thing? A computer? Yeah, just give me a bunch. Oh, it was display, not computer. Are displays small enough that I could pull them through here? Oh, right. I broke the connection to you. That's why I'm going over here. This is annoying because... Oh, there's a Reaver here. Well, this stream may have just gotten exciting. That's a fairly big one. He has not noticed me. I mean, I keep the antenna really low, so he's probably not going to notice me here. So the reason that I would not really want to tangle with a Reaver at this point is, one, it's going to ruin my plan here. But two, the what he will likely do is just smash into my ship. So we're going to let him do his thing. If I had a fighter ready, and this is kind of why I want to build the fighter, I would just fly up there and fight him over there so that he doesn't wreck up the place over here. Even though I got all these big old guns here, that's, you know, last resort kind of thing. So, we'll let him fly away. And hurry up and get this ship built so that some other time I can get over there and shoot him. Yeah, it is a big ship. Let's use the cheat camera real quick here. And go take a look at him real quick. Ooh, boy, look at this thing. Yeah, you don't really want this to smash into my ship. It's not looking good. A couple of guns. I think the main thing that I would be concerned about with this guy fighting my immobile base is that he's got a lot of hydrogen tanks and they all look full, which means if he gets in really close, they're going to explode when I shoot them, right? So, yeah. The Reavers mod, if you're not familiar, adds these ships in that are essentially like inspired by the Reavers from Firefly. You know, so they're really like rusty, look like they're kind of thrown together, barely functioning ships. They have no people in them, like all like bad guys and space engineers. There's no people in the ships. And sometimes they scream at you. Some of these actually have dead bodies pinned to the outside. It doesn't look like this one does. So we're going to let it go. And return to here. Yeah, off he goes. I did also think about potentially increasing the rate of spawns around here. Just to maybe get some of these ships fighting each other, and then I could go loot the salvage, but haven't done that yet. So one thing I did notice in my research before of trying to figure out why a bunch of ships weren't spawning, it said on Lucas's page for the Reavers, it said that Reavers will only spawn during the combat phase now. And that worked. That is true. Myth confirmed. The Reavers, the one Reaver we've had so far has spawned during the combat phase. So, I guess technically no Reavers have spawned during the outside the combat phase. One has spawned during yeah, so I'm going to say plausible. Maybe not necessarily confirmed, but plausible. So anyway, let's put the gun away. Let's talk about building a ship. So, let's talk about what we need. What are we going to have? In terms of weapons, what is our ship going to have? Should I do rockets? Or should I do... I'm thinking I'm definitely going to do Gatling guns. So we're going to do Gatling guns. We're not going to do a railgun. That's just going to be a little bit too much for this type of ship. Let's see. Autocannon, medium rate of fire, good punch. Assault cannon is the bigger one, right? Deals decent damage, uses assault cannon shells. Yeah, I'm going to assume that's the bigger one. Yeah, autocannon. So we'll probably do a good number of Gatling guns. And then maybe some autocannons as well, just to get some of that extra punch to it. I could do I would do reloadable rocket launchers, but the rockets cost a lot, so I don't really want to do that. I could put on a turret, either a Gatling turret, because these Azimuth Gatlings can be small grid as well. And they could be really small grid too. So it might be worth having some teeny tiny Gatling turrets, micro Gatling. Does this use the same ammo? This almost feels cheaty. Where is it? Gatling ammo box. Gatling ammo box 9. What does that even mean? Where's the big description there? He'll probably say somewhere. Nope, does not. Okay, micro. Small ship micro. Yeah, no, I don't know. It might take the same. It probably takes the same Gatling ammo as the rest of them. So there's a turret. Tri-barrel turret. Hold on. Gatling turret. Ooh, tri-barrel turret. I think I would probably put one of these on just because the micro feels really cheaty and I could just like cover the whole ship with these and that would just be way too much. So I think maybe one of these, maybe in the center or offset or something like that, just to give me dangerous Ember encounter. I feel like the game, since I put the either they did an update and fixed whatever was broken with the spawns, or I put all these guns on the base and now all of a sudden the game really wants to spawn things. I do not want to go to a dangerous Ember encounter right now because it would probably spawn a massive ship that I can't defeat. So yeah, okay, so we'll probably do one of... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong kind of thing. There we go. One of these things. Oh, it says on it. Yeah, that's at NATO lunchbox. It says NATO 25 by 184. I bet this probably says on it too somewhere, doesn't it? It says NATO... Let's flip you upside down. Yep, same ammo. Okay. So we'll try to plan for that. I'm not making any promises that we'll be able to fit a turret on board, but we'll see. Okay, so that's the weapons that we're going to put on it. We are going to put reactors on it. Azimuth reactors, just because, you know, tiny reactors with a lot of output. Let me grab, what's the difference between this 2-port, 4-port? Well, that's the group. We'll just grab the group. So, the 4-port gives us... are these variants, actually, with that have, like, the Iron Man reactor on them. The one with it has a little bit more inventory space and significantly more power output. So, yeah, so that's the deal. Honestly, 50 megawatts for just one of these. So like this, one of these with the little reactor ring around it is plenty good. For comparison, a normal game reactor puts out 500 kilowatts. Okay, 500 kilowatts, half a megawatt. This one puts out 30 megawatts, and this one puts out 50 megawatts. So, you know, I say things like, I don't want to do that, it feels cheaty. And then I'm like, I'm going to throw this thing on that's as many as 100 of these little reactors. So, yeah, bit of a hypocrite, but I have, I don't know, there's certain places I'm willing to cheat, and other places I'm not. So, that's the mods, right? Some mods are way overpowered, and you can choose to go with it or not. This isn't a hardcore survival game, so we're making a big old powerful ship that we're gonna go kill some people with. Computer people. I have been thinking about trying to do a stream with a hardcore survival I think I've talked about this in the past, and the issue that I always have is just that it's a lot more tedious and might not be as good for a stream, you know? But either way, I should start getting building with this. So what I'm going to do, I guess, to start is start maybe map out the bottom a little bit. You know, map out the hull. I want the bottom to be, like, I want the connector to rest on the ground. Okay. That's interesting. What is that? What did that reaver detect? It's not us. It would have detected us a long time ago. Oh, crap. Hold on. Was that my... Was that my unknown signal? I couldn't tell what that was. I flew by way too fast because I had the camera going the wrong way. There we go. Had to slow the camera down. Man, I don't know what it was shooting at. Either something else spawned in, or that was like... Oh no, my unknown signal's way over there. Yeah, something else that didn't have an antenna was over here. Freaky. Now it's all clanging out. Interesting. Well. Weird. I don't think I can fly the camera to that dangerous encounter. It would be interesting to see the dangerous encounter fight the Reaver. Alright, well anyway. Oh, the next question I'm going to have to tackle is cockpit. So, you know, we're just kind of building this as we go. I don't know what this is going to look like. Apparently randomly placing blocks all over the place where they don't belong. Now we got a super gremlin coming in. Yeah, let's talk about the cockpit. So, we've got the normal fighter cockpit. We've got these very cool additional fighter cockpits. I don't remember what the seating looks like in these. I feel like this has to be... let's see, I know this one is pretty cool. Basic narrow. Blue. Okay, let's look at a basic narrow and a basic. And we are going to basically, no pun intended, put a few of these up on the thing here and see. So this is basic. Basic narrow changes kind of the shape of the glass. Not really the shape of the... It's like it's the same shape in the front as the normal cockpit. The larger one is more of a square in the front. Oh, and you could change the glass color. So I want to know what it looks like inside of all of these. So I'm going to put these up like this. And then sit in, like, have the thing build them up and then sit in them. And see which one we like the best. This is, oops, there we go. User research here, where I am the user. I don't really care if it builds these things up because they were already fully placed. They only take one bit. So, what do you still need? Nothing. Alright, so let's start with... This is the normal one. I like this one because you have the screen right in the front of your view. Like, you really only see one screen normally, and that's going to be my altitude, and that's fine. I do like seeing more screens, though, but it's hard for programmable blocks, since they don't all have the same interface, to control multiple screens. Like, there's no consistent way to do that. So, most likely I'd be putting additional screens outside of the cockpit for me to see. So that's that's the downside of it, but I probably would be doing that no matter what, is what I'm saying. The plus side is it's a cool looking cockpit and I can see straight forward. And my guns are basically going to be hitting that crosshair, so. Alright, so that's the default cockpit. Let's look at the heavy one. Now the heavy one looks very cool, and it does put more cockpit screens in my view. I can still see straight ahead, but not as much straight ahead, but more just kind of like around. I think the problem with this one is that while there are more screens of the cockpit block that I can see, I wouldn't be able to see additional outside screens unless I put them like up over the cockpit, which I guess could work. Kind of like a external heads-up display, maybe? I don't know. Not thinking that's a good option just yet. For a fighter, at least. Alright, so then these two... did I place the same thing twice? Because these look like the same thing. This is a fighter cockpit basic and a fighter cockpit basic. Please take back your ship. And we will put down a basic narrow, is what we wanted to do instead. Right? This is a basic narrow. We want the regular. Yeah, okay, that's what happened. I scrolled away from it. Basic. Okay, build that up. Alright. Alright. Oh, this one's cool, because you actually get, like, the glass reflection and everything. This feels more like driving, like, a space car. You know, like, this feels more like a car dashboard, but you do see a lot more of what's around, which I do like for, like, exploration and travel. I should probably look at the durability of these cockpits, too. But anyway. Yeah. So I could definitely see myself putting... like where this block is off to the side here, I could put a screen there, and then there is plenty of screens, plenty of interior screens for me to use too, which is good. Okay, this could be a winner here. Okay, let's look at the narrow one though. So the narrow one should be exactly the same, it just narrower. Yeah, so the screens look like they're further away or possibly smaller. And the cockpit just feels narrower, which is, as advertised. This feels more like a racing cockpit. Like this one and the one next to it feels more like a racing cockpit. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one actually. The narrow one is too narrow, but I like this one because it gives me just enough big screens in the cockpit and enough visibility for outer and enough visibility for the crosshair as well. So what's the connection ports on these like? If I use this one, this is the only one that has a large connector on the back, which means that's the only one that I could pull like components through the cockpit into my suit, large components. Probably don't really need to do that. These two each have two small ones. These have two small ones. This has one in the front, one in the front. Do these have any on the bottom? No. Two in the front. That's probably better for the Gatling guns and the drills and stuff. Cool. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go with that one. So, because I don't want to carry all of these components with me, I'm gonna have it take these away. Alright, I did want to really quick look at the durability of these to see if there was much of a difference. So this one, this is going to be hard to necessarily, well, I guess it's going to be kind of like some guesswork here because I'm looking at the components. Let's see. It says in the build info, integrity is 5,605. This one is 10,205. This is the heavy fighter that I passed over because it's too armored. The narrow one is 10,205, and this one is 10,000. So all of these are more armored than the standard cockpit. And that's probably due to just the added steel plate and metal grid. Yeah. Okay. So let's, there we go. We could also look at, if we really wanted to, turn that around, make the turning it around noise. I don't think this color, I should have checked this. I'm 99% sure from previous experimentation that this color is only from the outside, and from the inside you still see through it just fine. You know, it's like normal windows that are in the game that are tinted on the outside but not on the other side. Oh god. Lime, orange, yellow, red, and then the basic. Yeah, these are all kind of too bright. I think this one makes more sense. Just the standard. Okie doke. I haven't figured out how we're going to integrate that in yet because I don't know what's going to go behind it. I think I do want to have like a weapon cluster in the front of a lot of weapons. A lot of Gatlings. We'll probably do... I'm not going to do the nanobot drill. I'm going to do the normal drills. And then I want to basically have like some engine pods. Like 4 engine pods on it. Yeah, that's fine. So, we can make this ship very long, it would seem. So I say we do, because then we can fit more cargo in it. Let me readjust my chair. There we go. Yeah, then we can fit more cargo capacity in it, and we can fit more things like jump drives and stuff. We'll have to do some tests to make sure that the number of engines I'm putting on it is enough for it to lift off. Yeah. Especially with a full tank. What do we got in terms of cargo? We can do the normal cargo. I'm probably going to do azimuth cargo just because I can. Storage tank. This is actually a cargo container, a cargo storage tank. Alright, so let's start with cargo and then go from there, see what we need to do. So I think we're going to start with this kind of a thing. Yeah, something like that. I don't know if I need... Do I need these upright or this way? Probably that way. I don't know, because they're going to be on the side, so it doesn't... Yeah, I guess this makes more sense. What other options do I have for this stuff? Conveyor junction and sorter. Do I have any modded conveyors? What do we got for small grid? Armored conveyor converter. That just kind of caps onto it. That's not what I need. What I'm trying to do is, since this connector is on the bottom, have it come up and then, you know, have some like horizontal cargo stuff. And I think the only thing I can really do is use that big old block. I wish there was a small grid. I'm sure someone's made the mod for it, but I wish there was a small grid. Basically this thing, but actually cargo, because this is essentially 27 small grid blocks of, you know, adapter. So I'll put that in. Let's turn those things off. Yee. Oh, no, no, no. Dampeners I turned off. Off. There we go. Build and repairs are off. Okay, so things we could do with this. Now, the majority of the time, I'm going to be carrying two things. Ore and or ammo. Yes, that's what I meant. Ore and or ammo. So, technically, I don't think I really need... Like, I could have a storage tank like this that is for ammo. Like, ammo can go into this one, and then I could have two more next to it, maybe. That, actually, I could just do... Because the capacity of these are pretty big. These are 180 kiloliters. Alright, we're going to do another vanilla comparison here. Alright, a vanilla large one is... where is it? Inventory, 16 kiloliters. And then, what did I say this other one was? Which is less than twice as large. Slightly, I think it's, yeah, slightly less than twice as large. Or maybe it is twice as large. This is 3x3. This, yeah, it's twice as large. But we go from 16 kiloliters to 180 kiloliters. So, yeah, it's quite a lot. So we could probably just throw two of these on there and call it a day. I might have to pay attention to where the... Yeah, and then we could just build pods, the engine pods, or whatever we want off the side of it, using these side things. Actually, the engine pods don't even need these side things, now that I think about it. We could use it to build the those turrets that I was going to do. So that works. Actually... the ammo is small grid too, isn't it? Well, I'm probably going to end up with bottles and stuff in here too. I'd rather have some large grid. Alright. Going forward, meaning toward the front of the ship, I do want to have something that pipes up to the front of the ship. Definitely, because we're going to have to pass ammo through it. Oh, you know what? We've got a thing right there. We could put a reloadable rocket launcher on top. No, not going to do that for the same reason I said last time, which is that rockets are expensive. I think I'm going to grab one of these half ones and put it like right here. This capacity is 80 kiloliters. It's still significantly larger than the vanilla one. But yeah, that'll be my... That will be my cargo. We are going to have to armor this up pretty well. So I think what's going to happen is along the middle, in between, like on the sides, is where I'm going to put... I think there's some weather starting. Ship's looking a little foggy. Going to put... things like gyroscopes, programmable blocks. We could also put those underneath in like the bottom layer here. But yeah, so like I'm going to have like this bottom layer running along there, and then we'll have a top layer as well running across. I just kind of want to... My goal for today, because it's already like 10:30 my time. My goal for today is just to get all of the main components laid out, and then we will get... we'll greeble it up probably next time. But let's get the main look and feel of it going. Is this just a dust storm? I don't see any or hear any lightning, so probably just a dust storm coming in. Yeah. So let's see what we need to do for... oh, how did I do that? I think the The pipes are on the front side there. I could also run the piping for the yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. Let me get rid of all this. We're gonna run the piping. Yeah, okay. Run the piping along the bottom, even though it could technically go in. And landing gear. Yeah, if I put the landing gear like off of this layer, then they'll be perfectly aligned with that, and that will be good. What I want to try to do is make it so that when the drills are on, it can tunnel without smacking the sides. I'm not going to stick to that too well. Like, I'm not really going to test it. I kind of got a sense where if I put the drills far enough apart, you know, they'll be fine. But I need, so I don't think I put them in the toolbar here. I want to do armored conveyors along the bottom. So let's do that. I'm pretty sure I got small grid armored conveyors, don't I? Oh, wait. I do have them in the toolbar. It's these things. No, it's not. These things? No, that's normal ones. Those are armored. Yeah, I guess they are a separate group then. Oh, maybe I don't have that. The small grid armor conveyor mod in. Let's see. Oh, I bet you these have. Yep, there we go. That's probably why I didn't put them in. Conveyor tube, curved conveyor tube, and T-junction. I probably don't need more than that. Alright. Do these have... I've never worked with these before. Okay, so these do have the one side that's kind of open. Yeah, I like that. We're gonna do that. Where you could see... Because then I could see if it's connected or not. Because you can see the lights through it. Okay, so the cockpit that I want has 2 ports. How much space do we want to leave? Do I want this to be down or up? It's a good question. Probably middle. So we're going to go... go out just a little bit. I don't know what I'm going to put in here. I should probably put some oxygen tanks on board just for extended space stays. Let me think that through. Do I want like an oxygen... Oh, that's an interesting idea. So, I got these little oxygen tanks. We could probably stick a bunch of those around there if we need to, but if I put an O2 generator on this thing and also... I guess that's this one, right? The little oxygen tank. We could cap that on there, and we could use that thing's little, you know, to kind of cap it off. Or I could put that on the back. Back's getting a little long. I think we're going to put the tank on the front. Put the O2 gen on the back. Okay. This is just going to be a really long ship. Which is fine. We'll get rid of these. Because I don't think we need these. Because what we're going to do instead is just... Where did I put this? Here we go. Go curved. Curve down. Curve down. Curve forward. And then I assume I'm going to have to put something like right there temporarily in order to get the cockpit to... looks like it's got to be one block up. Just need a block to aim at. Should I leave a little bit more space here, actually? I might want to put more in between here. Where's that guy at? He's fine. Let me do... yeah. We'll just do that. You never know what I might want to just kind of store in this area. Okay. Then we can put the cockpit right there. And then I could get rid of these blocks because now it's attached. So there we go. That's kind of the gist of the ship. Yeah. So now what we need is let's see. We can still fit things along the top because the top is going to be kind of armored, but all right, so this is where we need to be careful because I need to do some weapons on the front, but I also need to do drills. So maybe I should yeah, you know what we're going to do is that to kind of hold that in place, because I think what I'm going to do is break that out and break that out and do T-junctions, which goes like that. Yeah, there's no real rhyme or reason for the direction at this point. I think all of these are going to end up being covered. Did I do that right? I can't really tell. Yeah, I did. Did I? Pretty sure. Okay. So that's where my drills are going to get attached. For the gun thing, I'm thinking we do... How many turrets do I want? Or not turrets, how many Gatlings do I want? How am I doing on... Yeah, I'm good. It's just checking my gases. Let me take a drink real quick while I think this through. Right. Just drinking water today, as usual. Okay, so I'm thinking we're gonna do these Gatlings. What's the situation like on these? Oh, they don't have a top and bottom, of course. They only have sides. Or they don't have a back, rather. That would be nice, because then I could... So we're going to have to basically come out there and we could go... We could go 2 and 2, because then, like, 2 would have to... no, not really. Yeah. I'm a little concerned about putting them, like, right up here. Just because the muzzle flash might get in the way of what I can see. So I might go down. Actually, I might do 1 and 2. And then go down and do 3 and 4 like this. Because that's still going to be pretty good. And then we can armor them on the top, essentially. So, to pull this off, what are we going to need to do? Probably just a... Yeah, I think we need to do just a full-on junction right there. Just going to do 2 of those. So there we go. So now, when I'm in the cockpit, which, you know, use your imagination here, we'll probably see the top 2 ones, unless I armor over them. But they'll be really close. They'll be just slightly below where the, you know, reticle is, essentially. So, that looks good. And then I'm thinking the larger guns, these ones, the autocannons, we're going to put probably like right up top like this, maybe like 3 in a row or something. I assume this doesn't have a... Yeah, that's going to be fun. Maybe we'll just do like 2 across. And I think there's a conveyor like right around there we could pop off of. Kind of run it across here and then do them this way. But just do like 1 and 1. Because my thinking is like mainly I'm going to be firing with these, but there might be some like target of interest, excuse me, on the ship, on the target that I might want to be able to hit with a more powerful shot periodically. These have a lower reload, of course. What is the reload? Rate of fire is, oh, it says reload instant, 2.5 per second. Whereas these, the rate of fire is 11.67 per second. So yeah. Alright, so that's how that will go. I'm still crouching. I need to make sure this thing has plenty of gyroscopes, because it could get really kind of hairy. Pretty sure there is a... Yeah, there's a thing right there we can use. So we're going to grab this with a... ooh. Just realized what I could do here. Let's do a tube T-junction. That's what I want. Yep, we're going to put it right there. And then do some reinforced tubage. And we're just going to kind of go like this up to, I think right here is where I want it. This is all gut feeling here. And we're going to do a T-junction, which is now going to be facing the completely different direction. And we're going to throw on these two things like right here. Like that. And then, going backwards, it's interesting how some of these have different different shading to them. That's a mod goofing up or something. What was I doing? I'm going to take these back with the conveyor tube. And I want it like that. And then another T-junction, like that. And then we're going to grab our... I realize I'm loading on so many different types of ammo onto the ship now by doing this, but the footprint of these is so much lower. Okay, so this is the tri-barrel. I think that's what we want. Otherwise, it's the... otherwise, it's this one. It's the same ammo. Which one's going to look cooler? Oops. Hang on. Nope. There we go. So this is the tri-barrel. Or the... or this one. I could have just plopped this right on top in the center, but I don't want to. Oh, actually, if I wanted to do 3 of them, I could have done one right on the top, and then 3 in a row instead of doing this like offset thing. I think I'm going to want this offset thing though. I think we're going to go with the tri-barrel because it's going to look. I mean, I like the offset look of this, but the tri-barrel kind of matches the front of the ship. So we're going to do that. Skeletor is back and not coming this way. Alright, so that takes care of that, and then the rest of the ship is just going to be... oh, you know what else we need? Before I forget, because I don't want to... We need a jump drive on here. So we could either do this long ways and just extend the back of the ship out a little bit more, which is totally fine. And then we get that cool little circle in the back. Or and this is what I'm kind of going with, is we still put it in the back, but we do it more like this. Actually, probably like this. And then I can see, then you kind of see the circles from the side. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay. So that'll be my jump drive on the back there. I do want to have some really good energy inhibitor nullifier. What is this? Will temporarily negate effects of energy inhibitor blocks when activated. Is this from Lucas? Interesting. This is what I'm looking for. We want large shields. Now I'm thinking I'm going to put them like right under these guns, and then we're going to kind of armor around them. And what is the, hold on. These are, does it say power is 4.5 megawatts? This, I don't think this has any way to report how many points it gives you. Nah. That's fine. I was trying to think through whether it would be worth having these big ones or having multiple tiny ones. Maybe I'll add more tiny ones if I like I could run a bunch down the back, but I think having two big ones is going to be good enough. All right, so I want to do those drills. And we need the drills. Remember, we're doing normal drills here. I want them to be fairly close to the... Oh, they gotta actually stick out further than the guns. Man, I was originally thinking I would come out from back here and pipe up to them. But now I'm looking at this and thinking, like, I should just pipe out from the guns. Because they gotta be... They have to stick more forward than the guns. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So that means I could take these back out and just fill these in with normal conveyor tubes. Who remembers which direction... These are curves. There we go. Who remembers which direction the rest of these were facing? Probably out, right? Out, right? No one knows. It's probably going to get covered over anyway. All right, so I do want them to be about there. So I'm going to go... I don't want them to be right up on the guns. So we're going to go out one. And put the drill like there. And there. I think those are too far apart. And potentially too low for this to be... What is that? What is that speck out there? That might be that Skeletor. It's just out of antenna range. That's probably what that is. Yeah, I'm thinking these are going to be too low. Actually, no. For tunneling, they're only one lower than they need to be, really. I think the main issue is that they are... I think we could fix this, though. Hang on. Because what do they need to be, like... three in between? I think, for them to have overlapping coverage. And this doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect tunneling. I'm not going to have, like, the PAM script doing this or anything, so... let's do... you up there. Let's see, that's still going to be out too far, I think. You know what I could do? This is probably going to look silly, but I could do... let's see. Oh, actually, can I do this? Yep, I can. This is probably a very bad idea. But they are now... no, they're too high. Were they... Wait, were they perfectly aligned before? Let's see. They would be here. No, that's too low. I guess what I would need them to do is be... They'd still need to be one out. These are definitely too close now. For... Okay. Then... Yeah. So my initial guess here, or intuition, was correct. That we should do this. Oops. Shoop. There we go. So those are probably too far. Well, no, actually those might be the perfect spacing for tunneling. I think we'll be okay with that. Because I can always just kind of do a little shimmy. That'll be fine. So we're going to have those sticking out the front there. Bunch of guns in the middle. I kind of want to build this cockpit just to be able to sit in it and see what the view is like. And one of the things that I really, really need to not get distracted from, because I keep coming up with these other things to do, is I need to move... Everything is still in the ship. All the like cargo and stuff and the refineries and everything is all still in the ship. And so it's... whenever I do the like build... what's the thing called? The build planner. Whenever I do the build planner, it can only pull from components that have already been moved into cargo containers on the ground base, and it won't pull from the ship because it's technically a separate grid connected there. So I need to move, I need to finish, before I do the rest of the interior here, I need to finish the underground where all the production and storage is going to be. You know, and then I can come back and do the rest of the interior there. Yeah, we really need to do that so that I can pull things from the cargo network here. Because when I come here and say, oh, it can't pull metal grids, it can't pull construction components, and 170 other things, that is because they are all on the ship. So instead of trying to guess what I need to get, I'm just going to fly over to the cargo that's on the bottom of the ship here and grab those things out of the ship. Let's stand right there. Alright. Sun's going down. It's 4:37 in game. I like when mod authors try to get, like they want to, as part of the build, as part of the build states, they want to do something that represents the glass, but they don't know what to do. So they'll be like, oh yeah, it's reinforced glass or something like that. This is definitely not part of the finished thing. Why is my chat? Why did my chat pop up? Did an Ember Commander say something to me just now? Because I don't see anybody, which is kind of disturbing me. Alright, well. Oh, you know what I should also do? Is put an ore detector like right in the middle here so that I can use the scanner function script to be able to scan stuff pretty easily. Or I could put it right here, I guess, too, would work. It just needs to be facing forward and unobstructed. I think probably right there would look better. Maybe we'll put an antenna there or just leave it blank. Yeah, let's hop in. So this is what the view is going to look like. So one thing I'm noticing is that I can already go ahead and I can probably put screens on the back of the drill so that's like perfect to see some additional information. Like those two squares on the back of the drill. I'm pointing with my fingers in real life that you obviously can't see. But like those squares on the back of the drill that are like right outside the view. I could pop some screens there and be able to get some additional information. And potentially then put a second set of screens up top. And then I'll just have to make sure I kind of build around that when I'm armoring this whole thing up. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good view. We can't see the guns at all. That's fine. Yeah, this is going to be good. So it is... Yeah, it is though. So let me throw some screens on there just so that we could see what I'm talking about here. Rotate. There we go. Put one there. Put one there. Maybe put one there. One there. There we go. So now they're right on the side of my view, and I got that additional information I could see. It's actually really perfect. Perfect placement for things. I love it. Alright, so that'll be additional. I don't know what I'm going to put on there yet. Maybe I don't need 4 of them. I don't know. We'll figure something out. These things are good. I could always put 2 more of these autocannons, just hanging them off the side. I like it. Oh, jeez. I like it. We'll have to figure out where the reactors are going to go. I'm thinking probably along the bottom spine. Or I could, again, replace these with... yeah, that's actually probably the better place to put them, so they're more internal. And probably save the bottom or the sides for, like, gyroscopes. Yeah, this is coming together pretty good. So what I was thinking about for this might be another one of those streams where I kind of build the one side and then off stream build the other side so that it's not so boring, but thinking I might actually tell it to weld this up and maybe get these things charged up, because I'm 99% sure this is where these energy shields are going to go. Trying to decide where's the best place to put the reactors, and I feel like having them not visible from the bottom is going to be better. So let's take out... I guess I'm turning these back to... Turning them back to T's again. Conveyor T junction. Go like that, and like that. And then, which bar did I have the... So if we do this as... I can kind of point those out the bottom like that. And as long as they've got... As long as this is the 6 one, then I could put one there, one there. This is going to be way more power than we are ever going to need, but it'll keep me from like losing power running all of these ridiculous thrusters plus the shields. So let me turn on these on, and then I'll grab a little bit of uranium to put in those. So, in terms of mods going on right now, obviously I do have the build and repair, nanobot build and repair, welding these up. Cargo, is from Azimuth, as is these weapons up here. These are from Scython's Energy Shields mod. I don't have Darkstar's defense shields in this world. I also don't have Weapon Core, so this is vanilla weapons. I mean, it's not vanilla weapons, but it's vanilla weapon system. The weapons in the front here are vanilla. These are the Warfare weapons. And so are these. These are the Warfare autocannons. This cockpit is from Spacebar. Spacebar's cockpit mod. The drills are vanilla. I think that's it. Oh, I don't remember what mod this small grid jump drive is from. Does it say AQD small grid expansion? That's going to take some superconductors to get built. And these are, it's going to be putting together a lot of shield components is my guess. Oh no, it's already got all those in. Yep, this one's got, it's waiting on computers. Okay. Cool. Let me grab that uranium that I mentioned. Are the reactors built yet? Oh, geez. Yes. Yes, they are. Let's grab... How much uranium do I actually have that is processed? Give me like 100. And we'll say... Oh, that's some caps lock. We'll put like 20 into each of you. Then I'll just dump the rest back into here. Alright. I don't think we need to actually... I think these start off. I don't think we need to turn them on. Wondering if this thing should have battery backup or not. Oh, I bet these are off because of base power management. Yeah, that's probably it. Well, that's fine. This thing... No idea. Not what I wanted to do. I need a name for this ship. What should I call this ship? If you're still in chat watching, what should I call this? Throw out some suggestions for this rather large multi-purpose mining fighter thing. Interplanetary mining fighter. Whatever. It's not going to be super nimble. So, if you have thoughts, throw them in chat. If you don't have thoughts, that's cool too. Let's see. That's charging. These are certainly charging. I don't remember. There's a command you can type in that will put the shield amount up on the screen. I am not going to remember or look it up right now, but I am eventually going to put in a programmable block on here that'll show me my shield status on one of these screens. So for now, I think we're still good on power. Let's fly over to here and look through the window and see what power looks like. Yeah, well, you're not getting much power. Batteries are... Yeah, we're still taking in more power than we're putting out is what it looks like. So I think we're good. We need... These Christmas lights are... Because I did the 3 at a time, and they seem to just light up right in the middle there. Let's fix that. Let's make them a little bit blue. Actually, do we want them to be a little bit blue, or should they be a little bit more like yellowish? I don't know what I don't know. I'm trying to think of what color the combination of all these would be. I guess it would be basically white, but I don't know, we're gonna go with that. Crank up the radius. Crank down the intensity just a little bit. Sunflower. Yeah, that's not bad. That could be better. That could be a little bit more light. I may want to add some more light to the ground. That sounds good. Alright, cool. That gives me a little bit of light, at least on the bottom of the ship for the night. Alright, I'll just use my headlights for the rest. Okay, so that's looking good. I want to do... I keep checking the weather, because I don't know, if you're in the US, we're having like the world's worst snowstorm this week. I'm just looking at the it keeps updating every hour or so, but tomorrow low of -4, Friday low of -10, high of -1, 5 inches of snow tomorrow. Yep, looking good. 5 inches isn't too bad. I probably won't even get the snowblower out. I'll just shovel that. Oh man, I hope these are all piped up correctly, because I was not really paying attention. Guns look good though. We also have to come up with a color scheme too. Need a color scheme for this, because it's just painted in dusty white right now. But that'll be after it's all together. We got a greeble first, and I got to get the engine pods on. So, engine pods, what are they gonna look like? We could do... So here's what I'm thinking for engine pods. I'm thinking we're going to shut off the build and repairs for a minute. And we are going to kind of map this out. So I'm thinking that they're going to come out like that far. Well, the beginning is going to come out that far. They're going to move up. I don't know. They're going to be similar to the pods on the larger ship, right? Where these just have like a giant array of hydrogen thrusters, and they're kind of squarish. We're going to do that similar thing, but we're not going to do too, like, it's going to be a little bit slimmer. It's going to be shorter. Probably will stick out as far, but I'm limited by how wide I can go out from here, because they have to fit in the going down the, you know, the chute there. Yeah, it'll be fine though. Okay, so I think we're going to go out that far, and then we're going to start kind of going outward. So let me kind of explain what I mean by that. We go like that, and then I think I'm going to try and map this out. Let's see. Let's how am I doing on gases here? Out of oxygen, almost out of hydrogen. That's an important note. Yep. If I do run out of hydrogen and I fall down there, I'm basically screwed. just so we're clear. If I land down there, I can get I can pull through there, or I can remote control the ship to move this up. If I fall down in the dirt there, I'm pretty sure I'm just stuck there. Anyway, I got a lot of stuff on me I don't really need. Heavy stuff. Alright, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. Grab you, grab you, grab you, grab you. That should be enough. Okay. Oh. Get rid of you. Where's those DLC modular thrusters? So I want some of... I think I am going to try. I was going to try and map this out with the thrusters themselves, but I think I'm going to try and map this out with normal shapes. And do like a... I think this is how this is going to go. We're going to do that. And then this is just pre-greebling, by the way. Greebling being like breaking up the surface and adding unnecessary detail to make it look cool. So we're going to do that, this kind of thing, and then we'll have... I'm thinking... Actually, how would we do this? If I wanted to go up a row to like here, well, I don't want to burn my things there. How many... Let's see. Yeah, so this would be... I'm going to do every other one here, basically. So this would be like the up and down thrust. Keeping in mind that... How did I mess up the... Oh. Yeah, okay. So this would be the up and down thrust. And keeping in mind that this is going to be the same, like running all the way back there. So there would be plenty of up and down and side-to-side thrust. And then we would have more side-to-side thrust going here. And then our forward thrust kind of clustered around in here. I don't know, maybe this should stick out further, I think. Yeah, I think this needs to be a... Come on, it's hard to grab these. It's also hard to see these. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking this, and I might break this up so it's not just like a solid sheet basically coming through here, that this would be like a couple of struts, essentially. That's okay, I just need to kind of map out, and we do still have plenty of room. We have almost 2 entire blocks, large blocks worth of space before we're hitting the edge there, so that could be good. So I guess my question is, how much forward and backward thrust do I really want on this thing? Do I want to do... I'm looking at the other ship and thinking about like just the pattern of, side to side we have 2 rows, and then up and down we have 2 rows, 1 on each side, and then forward and back we got the big ones. I also never came back here and finished the back of this ship, but that's okay, I don't care. Ooh, a Sky Factory. I bet he's got good stuff on board. So yeah, what do we want this owl to look like? Maybe this shouldn't be pod-shaped. Maybe it should just be more of a general, like just throw engines all over the place kind of a thing. I was thinking just like 1 row there, and then another row, like 2 rows facing out. Yeah, that would probably be okay. Then we could... Because if I want to armor up more of the top, basically, if I want to do more like this, alright, and then potentially even like another row like this, then we could have our thruster pod kind of start kind of further back here, or further forward rather. It's hard to explain what's in my head, because what's in my head doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me yet. Because I want to be able to leave room if I need to put in like extra programmable blocks or whatever, like down in there. I also want to cover up these ports whenever I can. So, and I do want to armor up the top of the ship almost completely. So let's see. So assuming that we might put some brakes in here, if we did kind of like a ramp, a slope down to cover up some of this, but then leave that in there. We're going to want to greeble that quite a bit. But then we could go, well, pretty much like start our pod here, do an up like that, you know, upward facing one, and then do like a slopey, this kind, facing outward. Yeah, that would just basically kind of look like that. I think that would work. It might not be the best thing, and we'd have to greeble a little bit, but let me kind of show what I mean in a... I don't know, because I don't know if I'm going to go right there with it. So let me kind of make a spot in the middle here. And we'll say it would kind of look like this. Now this will also give me a chance to look at the... to actually look at these thrusters and see if the correct shapes actually exist for me. So I think we would want that. I think that shoots out forward that way. We would want, well, that basically. Then I'd have to figure out what the front looks like. But we'd be looking at... Did this not... Did I grab the wrong one? This one. Why does that come out? Oh, that's just the wrong... Oh, that's interesting. It's the wrong image, but this thing is not in that group. Whatever. 2. So we'd go like this, this, and then we got some room on the side to greeble something. We could do something there. We could do like another like neon strip. I think we got those on small grid now. Then we would do a... I don't know that I could do that. Do like a bottom one. Nope, that's the wrong spot. This is what I did there, right? Yeah. Then downward, forward. So it'd be like that. And then we would just kind of repeat this down the line, and then we'd have some forward-facing ones here. And they would be, they'd kind of stop early enough, and we'll like kind of taper this in so that the stopping ones don't burn this. But we can also put like stopping thrusters here, like as part of the front or something like that too, if we really needed to. And then on the back, we would just kind of continue. We could just continue this pod shape all the way back. We could probably break it up like around there. I think that's... Let me get some more lights on here on my helmet. Take this all the way back. Is there anything interesting we could do with this middle section? I could put shield generators all down the middle of there. They'd suck up a ton of power, but we got the power. I think that would look good. And then just every so often we would like kind of do a little break in the pod shape and, you know, take it in, bring it out, whatever, and make it look like a couple of different pods on here. That's my plan. Let me go Yeah, let me go actually turn the build and repairs on and see what this actually looks like. Hopefully these don't just start firing right away. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of putting shield generators, the little ones, through there. And then we could do gyros and programmable blocks under here, and keeping in mind that we also have that same space on the bottom. Because we're going to greeble up the bottom too. So, yeah. So the thing about greebling is, like, this is very flat here. And so what we would do is probably do cool stuff only, right? Like, we could do some, you know, occasional banding or something like that. Do like a, you know, do like that and give it like a, why can't I move? There we go. Ah, see, that's kind of the thing I was hoping to avoid. Just turn you off. But these are facing the correct direction there. Let's actually just turn you all off. Cannot get these. There we go. No, there we go. Okay. So yeah, so that's what these would look like, and then they'll just be like blue flame shooting out all over the place. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this doesn't have to necessarily be flat like that. We could make it kind of roundish. We could make it occasionally slope directly into the thruster. We could break it up at times if we don't need that many things under here, which we certainly won't. A lot of different ways we could go with this. So, I'm trying to think if I should keep going with this today or not. One thing I want to look at is, in terms of options, do we have something like this? Yeah, here we go. So, to face forward, like for stopping, we would do something like this. You know, it'd be like, or we could do something like this and just like map out the shape of the front. You know, the exact shape of the front essentially with stopping thrusters. That could look cool. There might be some other things we could do too. You're not on? So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. And then this won't necessarily be, like I said, completely flat, or like we could extend this out. Maybe instead of having it come down and then back up, there will be times like maybe back here it just goes out one and then just goes directly into the thing. Let's take you out and maybe we do like that, and then maybe do yeah, something like something like that, and then stick one underneath here if we can get it in there. There we go. And then that just like rolls directly into the to kind of cover that up a little bit. Or we could even I'm just trying to think through how I want to kind of greeble up the top of this thing, because we could do something like that, or we could actually grab, whoops, no, oh no, did I just suck up the entire thing? My lord. What is Ember complaining about now? I should have all the parts for this. I just destroyed it. There we go. So yeah, like we could throw one of these on here. Like that. I'm really worried about that dangerous encounter now, because it keeps areas off limits failure. Like, it keeps talking to me. And I'm just really worried that some other ship is going to spawn and like fly over to it and spawn it in. So the way these work, these dangerous encounters, is they're just like a GPS point, essentially. They're just a GPS point at the moment. There's nothing over there. If I flew the camera over there, there'd be nothing there. But if you take your character there, or your ship, if you fly over there, once you get really close to it, a ship will spawn in. A very large and difficult ship will spawn in, and you will have to fight it. And if you decide once it spawns in that you don't want to fight it, it may very well chase you down until it destroys you. So you don't want to do that unless you feel really confident that you want to actually fight it. Because like you'd probably have to, like if I flew over there and spawned it in, I'd probably have to like fly really, really far away to get it to lose me before I came back to the base, because it would certainly follow me back to the base. I'll tell you a story. Why is this thing offline? That was weird. I must have snagged that instead of that thruster. I'm at the point of the night where I'm just telling stories instead of working on the ship, which is probably okay. The first time I tried one of these dangerous encounters, it was, I think it was the dangerous encounter from the corruption mod, the one that it's a bad guy spawning in mod. It's a modular encounter spawner mod that spawns in these corrupt drones, and the boss encounter has I want to say it is the wave cannon from the space battleship Yamato, and I didn't know that, and so like it spawned in, and I was like, all right, I got a ton of shields, ton of weapons, let's go. And it targeted my cockpit, but I wasn't in the cockpit at the time. I was like walking around. I was like getting ready to do something, and it fired this cannon, which it can only do every couple minutes, but it fired this cannon and it knocked out my shields and punched straight through the entire ship in one shot, and like took out a bunch of power, and then after that its normal weapons were more than enough to take me out. So I also know that the Reaver version of the dangerous encounter is also a massive, massive ship with a ton of weapons. Lots of missile launchers, lots of Gatlings. So you really want to be careful with those. Make sure you have enough of a ship and enough defenses. I wouldn't take this ship. I wouldn't even take that ship, even though it's got guns all over it now. Anyway, a part of the reason I didn't put defense shields in this world is just because I don't want the bad guys to have them. It's a little bit more... and the energy shields that I'm putting on the ship here are really more for collision, like when I'm mining and stuff. Truly, like... they are weak enough that they do add some survivability, but not nearly as much as Darkstar's defense shields. So they're really more for collision, but... Anywho, what was I doing? I am greebling, and I think I still have the... Do I still have the build and repairs on? We're going to find out. Yes, I do. So I'm thinking that our like greebling is going to look something like that. I haven't truly decided yet, but then we could do I don't even know what here. Well, I kind of like the idea of doing... Do I have... Yeah, this thing. More like... Oh, no, that's not, because I did that there. What would I... that might be okay. I have to think about this one. I know we do have... is it under this one? Yeah, we've got some interesting looking shapes there that we could use. Actually, that's not bad. let's throw that on so I don't forget that this is a thing. And then we could actually kind of leave that like that, I guess. Because what I'm thinking is I could put lights along here, and I don't think that these thrusters will burn them off, is what I'm thinking. But even if we don't, it breaks it up a little bit. Yeah. So I'm going to try to map out the rest of this side, and then we'll probably call it a day. The other thing that's nice is if I do put something in the back here that needs to be piped up, I do have access to that. I don't know what the back is going to look like over here. I should probably just put more turrets, honestly. Like, the back should have just more turrets. The bottom, actually, could we do? If I put 2 on the bottom, it would still be able to land with those. They would, like, the turrets would rest on the ground. Oh wait, no, the turrets are 3 tall. And I have 1, 2 on the bottom. Okay. I also have to make sure that I leave space for landing gear. So they will be somewhere. They need to be at this level so that they come down and are even with this. I might even just put them like right alongside this. I have to make sure I put a landing camera. This thing is ridiculously long. Should I have just put 3 of these like side by side and called it a day? Instead of making this thing super long? Would that wouldn't really mess up my... Yeah, that wouldn't really mess up my, yeah, that wouldn't really mess up my pod look at all. We just make this thing nice and short. Like right now it's like evenly long. Yeah, if I was going to do that, I probably would have put this like 1 forward to make it a little bit more... That's gonna... So if I do that, it will add more cargo capacity, meaning more weight, potential weight, and reduce the number of lift thrusters that I have. So I'm also kind of reduce the target. Yeah, the targeting silhouette. I could... Wait a minute, what are we building off of on the top here? No, we're not building off anything on the top. Nothing is using the sides. Yeah, so I guess what I could do is if I want to shift the thing back, after I am done building it, I could swap this container and this connector and its little adapter in there and move that here. Yeah, we'll probably do that. So yeah, let's undo what I have doed. Get rid of that charged up thing, get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of most of that. Actually, we could probably get rid of all of that at some point. Please don't drop things on the ground. What did I just say? I need the cargo. We could also put more lift thrusters near the back if we need to. What does this look like? We got all these ladders. That's okay. Right. So the way this is going to work, because these are only connected with small connectors, this middle one will have access to full-size components, as will this smaller one here. They will have access to full-size components. the outer two will only be able to hold smaller components and or as well as or. Not and or, but as well as or. Alright, so because it won't be able to push anything other than small things through those side ones, but that's fine. Let's see, how do I want to do the... How do I want to do that O2 then? Do I want to do... That does kind of mess up my... Because the jump drive... Well, the jump drive could just sit on the top, actually. It doesn't have to be... It could kind of sit on the top and stick out, and I could do... I guess I really don't need this one here either. I could have done, like, one of these in the middle and then, like, two on the end or something like that. I kind of want to take... like, slice this apart here and just bump this up right up to there. I may very well do that. Well, okay, so then I'm losing a whole bunch of pod space, like engine pod space, if I shorten this all up. Yeah, right? Well, because what I'd be doing is taking this and shifting it only to there. We'd be moving that around to the back, so the back would get longer. But then I would be losing a bunch of pod engine space, because I need to keep some clearance along the side here for the flames to not burn my drills. So I think I need to keep the length in the front as it is there. Alright, so given that, we could do O2 gen, O2 gen, and then I should probably not have this thing running. We could take this thing and turn it sideways and go like that. I think that'll be okay. And then now I actually kind of wish that I had done, I wish these were the same size, because I would have rather have had one O2 gen here, and then two tanks on the back, actually. Why not? That's not going to fall out, and I could just go, this is the T-junction, I could just go conveyor tube. Nope, that's a curved conveyor tube. Yeah, just like this. There we go. Combat phase. Taking bets on if anything's going to attack me. My bet is no. So there we go. So now we put that in there. Now we got some extra space. And we can take you out. And you out. And put in tank. Tank. There we go. Now it kind of ends at the same spot, and I'd rather have more storage for ice, or for O2. I'm not bringing... Should I put some hydrogen? Well, no, because I could refuel hydrogen from the O2 gen. That's fine. And I'll just bring bottles. Ooh. It's actually an interesting point. If I wanted to get bottles out, I would have to get out, come down to the bottom, and go through the connector, because I've just closed up all of my potential ways in and out of the ship. In and out of the... because this is here. I can't get into any of the containers. Probably not a problem. Would be a problem if this thing was docked, but I would just have to go through the piping of whatever it's docked to. So, alright, so what I'm thinking is we are going to break the... we're going to break our pod right around here and do something like That is, we need one more. This is the wrong shape. So if we did something like that, and now I'm thinking that's probably the wrong shiftiness of it, but yeah, maybe not. So we would do break the pod. The pod would stop there, and we'd kind of slope it down, and then slope it back up starting here. And then continue on with pod again. So what would that look like? We need to end with that shape here, so we need to do like a... If we did that... Let's see, that's going to be 2... yeah, that's why we can't do it like this. I should get a less good drill for this. Alright, I think we need to start here. Like that. And then we can say... I like that I use the word say when I mean, like, build. And then this piece would be like this. No. This piece. Yeah, so our pod would essentially come out to there, slope in, then slope back out over there. And imagine it does it on the bottom side as well. And then we would just slope back out, build the same sort of pod out to... it could go... We'd probably slope back down to like here. Or would we slope back down to... Because I kind of want to be able to see the fill levels on the back. It doesn't matter. Let's see. Probably to here would look okay. Because then we'd go... that. That was the wrong spot for that. Yeah, so we could probably slope out to there. That looks okay. I was worried this was going to look weird around there. Yeah, and then we'd have a fairly long... oh, actually... I am wondering... Yeah, we shouldn't slope out at all, because we're going to want backward-facing thrust. We could also actually cover like the entire back in backward-facing thrust. We could probably do something really cool with that, and not do pod back thrust. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We'll kind of cover up these. We'll make like a Millennium Falcon kind of strip on the back or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Fuel low.
Oh man, I am really just burning through fuel, aren't I?
Fuel critical.
Okay, so this is the part where I don't fall in there because I have 3 hydrogen. And we'll just fill you up too. 1, 2, 3 we'll grab, and 1, 2. Wait for another one to come in. There we go. So, just to be clear, what's happening when I do that is I am dropping them into any cargo container, and then the script running on the ship for Izzy's inventory manager is grabbing those bottles, seeing that they're empty, putting them into the O2 generator that's on the ship, letting them fill up, and then sorting them into where they're supposed to be. So basically what I'm doing is I always make sure there's a certain number of bottles full at all time and just stored. So I drop the empty ones in and then grab the full ones, and then it'll cycle through and fill up the other ones and just store them. So Skeletor's back over there. That's nice. Yeah, so I'm on the side that doesn't have the work on it. Christmas lights are looking good, though. Very festive. Okay, so I haven't yet figured out what the front thrust is going to look like, or how we're going to prevent it from burning the backs of the drills. Because it's probably going to stop right about here, and then I kind of want to just fade this in a little bit while still leaving my my LCDs visible. And then I am thinking we'll probably put, when we greeble around this, we'll probably put a couple of stopping thrusters on the front as well. This thing's going to end up being awfully nimble. That's kind of the best part of this. So let me build out this again. Like that. And what this is going to look like. There we go. So I'm just doing the top right now, but it'll be kind of mirrored on the bottom. Then, like I said, I'm not sure. I might make this part of the back thrusters. Like, I don't care about if there's way more forward thrust than stopping thrust, because I want to be able to essentially punch it. I just want to be able to go fast and accelerate. And I'm fairly positive that at this point, even if I just filled the ends of these with those thrusters, like just like a solid block of them, that we're going to go like 0 to 100 instantly. So I just want to be able to do it when I'm full of ore, essentially. But I'm going to leave that for now. So, what? If we did, just to kind of map this out here, if we did something like this, oh, here's what I need to know. If I have a thruster, let's say this thruster, what is its, what is the key that I have mapped for this? Okay, thruster damage, oh man. Thruster damage is only one, it's only that far. Visually, these thrusters stick out really far. Watch. Visually, they go out very far. But apparently, they do not hurt. Unless you're only... Come on, off. There you go. Apparently, the damage cone is only that far. So I'm gonna try and make it so that they don't like look like they're burning the drills. So I guess I need to know, let's just put one of these in. I'm probably gonna need that there anyway. But let's build that. No. It's got a flap on it. Okay, fine. I'll end up taking it out. Okay. So my question is, what is the... How far visually does it go? I don't know what the max is. I'm just scrolling up. Yeah, you know what? Let's get in here. It's probably... Yeah, this one. Alright. Oh. I can't see the thrust from in here. That's fascinating. Oh, that's not fascinating. It's not on. Okay. So... Now, if I go in here, can I see? Okay, good. Okay, so if I don't want it, basically that's where I need it to be, and then this would have to kind of swoop around it enough. Yeah. So don't go any further than the where it is. And let's shut off the overlay here. What's this overlay? This is the... Oh. Standard mount point. Oh, that's fascinating. The mount points are all goofed up. That's okay. Ports off. Alright, we'll figure that out next time. I think I'm going to call it a day here for today. But yeah, next time, which I'm on vacation here for a bit, so next time might not be all the way till next Wednesday, although I've said that many times, and every time I say my schedule, my intended schedule, I immediately, life gets in the way and that's no longer my schedule. So I'm going to try and stream a little bit more this week since I'm off and have time. And we'll hopefully get the sides of this pod built up. You know, and then I'll have my shuttle, you know, space miner combat whatever. And we've got to come up with a good name for it. So think of names. You can tell me your ideas next time. And maybe we got to wait until it's all finished before we decide. I don't know. But yeah, that's going to be it. Let me end the day inside the ship so that I'm in a nice oxygenated atmosphere. Actually, no, let's not. Let's not end inside the ship, but let's do end inside an oxygenated atmosphere, which I think this will be if I close these. Let's find out if it is. No. Are these doors open? Yes. Nope. Is there a hole? Oh yeah, there's a big hole right here. Well, alright, that's fine. Let's close this door dramatically. There we go. There we go, now we can breathe in here. Alright, folks. I think I'm going to take another picture. I took a screenshot at the very beginning of me with the Christmas tree. But I'm going to take another one right now. I think maybe right about there. Give me a little extra room to work with here. And we could see the Christmas lights up at the top. Oh yeah, I put Christmas lights all over in here too. Alright. If you get dizzy looking at a camera flying around really fast, close your eyes for 5 seconds. Here we go. Alright. Thanks all for joining me today. Hope you had a good time. I hope you have a good holiday, whatever holiday you're celebrating, whatever winter solstice holiday you celebrate. I'm super excited for Christmas, of course, but you know, even if you're just enjoying some time off or whatever, hope it's good for you. And if you're in America and you're about to get hit by the snowstorm of the decade, stay safe out there, and you know, don't do anything foolish. You know, take it seriously. It could be dangerous. So, and we'll check in with you in a little bit. So thanks everyone, and hope you have a good one. Bye bye. As I said, off stream I worked on the engine pods and the symmetry, and we'll finish up the rest on the next stream.